and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Jamila. I am not a financial advisor by any means. I just want to put that out there because this is going to be a sort of finance stock investing type video. I'm just a business student who thought this would be like fun, so this is fully for entertainment purposes. But given all the turmoil in the world and reflected in the market, I thought it might be kind of interesting to like just share some of the stocks that have interested me this year so far, and maybe some that I'm considering for the future as well. But without further ado, I'll just jump right in. And remember, do not attempt to copy my stocks or anything. Do your own research and yeah, all that good stuff. So the first stock I'm going to talk about is an ETF, and really it could be any number of ETFs, but I'm talking about dividends. So one of the stocks that I'm investing in for 2022 in particular is SCHD. And the reason for that, even though I am really young and like they say dividends are like an older person's game, it is kind of nice to see like even when the like price goes down that you can still actually earn money, but you will be taxed on it. So it's unless you put it in like a retirement account. But I don't know. That's just gonna be my first stock to talk about. I think it's pretty cool. And I try to list like the top companies that are in that. But similar stocks are like VIG and DGRO. If you're looking for like a kind of like a dividend growth stock, so you're not going to be paying like a ton of money, and if you are young in particular, it'll grow as you age, so it's kind of nice. Let me think. The next stock stock I'm going to talk about is FTEC, and with technology taking a beating, I thought, like, why not kind of hop in, especially if you missed out on like the last decade of growth. I think now is like a really good entry point, and I feel like FTEC doesn't get as much attention as like VGT does, but it actually has a lower expense ratio and seems to, I don't know, I don't want to say more solid companies, but I like its listings more, the holdings within FTEC, even though they are pretty much the same. It's just a little bit better in my opinion, like in terms of quality. But that's gonna be my, I guess, fourth pick if we're gonna go like as a countdown from 5. The next one that I would recommend, or actually I don't recommend, but like that interests me, I'll say that because this is not a recommendations video, is of a similar nature, and that is gonna be QQQJ, which I sort of think of as like the J for like junior NASDAQ, NASDAQ, or baby NASDAQ. But I think it's really interesting because they're companies that are still in the tech space that just haven't like fully blossomed, so there should be a lot of growth there, potentially, anyway. So that's something I really have my eye on for probably all of my career and retirement and things like that. It'll be really interesting to see if some of them go on to become like huge brand names or like household names. And what else was on my list? The next stock that interests me is CLNA, which is the clean energy ETF. There's also like an ICLN, I think I want to say, which is like an international version of the stock. Don't quote me on the ticker. But anyway, I see that as like the future. I don't know when we're gonna make it to that future exactly, but at some point there'll have to be a pivot. So, like, why not start now? And then I guess which would be like my number 1 pick, sort of, is another ETF, and it's SMH, which is the semiconductor ETF, and it's got like all the major names that you've heard of. And I guess like I didn't didn't realize at first, but pretty much all of these were ETFs. I thought about adding like Coinbase to the list, so I guess that could be like a bonus, if you will, or like a wild card. Just because I'm not in like the crypto space at all, and I know there's like all kinds of crazy explosive growth over there, but I like to stick with what I know. So maybe as I learn more about that, I'll feel more comfortable exploring that realm. But for now, these are my picks. And like I was saying, one of like the pros of ETFs is that they will sort of automatically rebalance for you, typically every year. And so like really low performing stocks will be removed and newcomers are added, without typically having like a high turnover rate, like some other more like actively traded mutual bonds, or mutual funds. But yeah, I guess that's it for this video. If I had to choose like another sort of wild card, like something that interests me for the future, I would say FMQQ for like international stocks. But I think that's also going to be a very like wild ride, because you never know, like things can change at any time. But I'm really curious as to like the future of all of these stocks that I've mentioned. Like, will some of them not exist 5 years from now? Will some of them be like top performers for the next 20 years? Like, who knows? But yeah, be sure to leave a comment if you are invested in any of these as well, or if any of them like pique your interest. I think that would make for a good conversation. But otherwise, I will see you next time I have like some free time. Thanks for watching, and take care. Bye.